Hello, good afternoon. I'm a commissioner in the city of Patterson. My name is Moslehuddin. I have the honor, and I'm here with the council president of Prospect Park, Anand Shah. Anand Shah, if you could introduce yourself to the constituents and also the viewers on this live.
Absolutely. So first and foremost, Commissioner, thank you for taking your busy time out of your schedule. I know, Commissioner Udine, I know it was your birthday yesterday. First and foremost, I want to wish you a happy belated birthday. Birthdays are very dear to my heart. As you know, I know it only comes once a year. So birthdays are very dear to my heart. And I do owe you a fresh birthday cake. Just a little token of appreciation, obviously, so a day that we don't forget. Because I know life is short. So, and I also want to thank the entire Channel 52 team and the owners as well, Farah, Bobby, and Enam as well, for taking your busy schedule out and in terms of how busy everyone is and taking your time out of your schedule. So I appreciate that. It's greatly appreciated, especially on a Sunday afternoon at 4 p.m. when it's football Sunday. So a little bit of background about myself, like the commissioner said. My name is Anand Shah. I am the council president for the Borough of Prospect Park. I ran for office in 2016. We did have a primary, and luckily we were able to prevail. As some of you may know, we do have an election that's coming up less than 36 hours from today, which is Tuesday, November 8th. Polls are open from 6 a.m. to 8 p.m. I'm also the finance chairman for the Borough of Prospect Park. What that means is I have a very important role as the finance chairman for the Borough of Prospect Park. I watch the taxpayers' money. I watch the budget. I do as much as I can with my colleagues to make sure our costs are down and to make sure we're watching every penny, which is the taxpayer thing. So I have a very important role when it comes to finance, and especially finance chairman for the Borough of Prospect Park. I also have a son, just one and only son. His name is Jaden. He's in 9th grade now. He turned 14. He goes to PCTI, Passaic County Technical Vocational School in Wayne, and he's a freshman there, which he's studying finance as well. And I'm the only child in the family. I have no brothers, no sisters. And I'm also in business for many years, apart from what I love to do and the passion I have to serve each and every one of you. So thank you, Commissioner, for the great question.
Thank you, Council President. And I just want to say thank you for your introduction, letting the viewers know who you are, what have you been doing, and then just talk a little bit about the general election. We are 36 hours away. Just take us on your campaign trail. Tell us how has it been going? How has it been going with your slate as well? How you guys are reaching out to your constituents? What are you doing different than other elections to reach out?
So absolutely. And Commissioner, that's a great question. And I love your questions thus far. And viewers, like the Commissioner said, please, anyone that has tuned in, I appreciate each and every one of you taking your busy time out of your schedule, watching this interview. And please ask any questions, put it in the feed any way I can help and answer any general questions anyway. And if I can't answer in this interview, I promise you that I will get back to you. I will inbox the answer at my earliest convenience. But regarding when it comes to election, why is this election so important? Us as the incumbents, myself, our Honorable Mayor Mohammed Khalula, that's on a ballot with me, my council colleague, which also is on a ballot with me, Mohammed Suman, as well as the entire Row 8 team, I consider, in my opinion, as the underdog. Why do I consider myself as the underdog? Because we have a full slate that's running against us. We have an opposition that's running against the mayor, and we also have two council people that's also running against myself and Councilman Hussein. We have been working extremely hard day in and day out. Even this morning to about now, our entire campaign team was out there with drivers, with workers, walkers, putting out door hangers, making sure we reach out to every constituent, every resident in Prospect Park to remind them how important it is to vote. What have we done? What is our background? We have put out mailers, multiple mailers that have gotten in the borough of Prospect Park, showing basically what we have done ever since that we have been on and what we plan on doing if we get reelected back in office on Tuesday, November 8th. Just a couple of things I want to share. What we have done. I know that's very, very important. When it comes to businesses, now we have hired a business director, in which we just opened about approximately 5 businesses in the last couple months in the borough of Prospect Park. 5 new businesses that have came in. We understand how important businesses are, just as the residents. Yes, because of the tax, the ratables, the taxes, and also we want to bring that strive in. Give different options to our community as well. We have a grand opening happening tomorrow at 4:30 p.m. on North 8th Street. A Dominican restaurant is opening up as well at 4:30 p.m. And which obviously, which also brings me to my next point is my opposition is putting out YouTube videos and videos saying, hey, there's business that's closed. But the reason they're closed is because they're under renovation. We have a brand new business. I just want to make that clear. We have a brand new business Dominican restaurant that's opening at 4:30 tomorrow. We're working extremely hard. We understand that it's midterms right now. We understand each vote counts. Why is it so important? Because everything is on the ballot. Our youth is on the ballot. Our democracy is on the ballot. Everything is there, and we can't just take it lightly, even as the incumbents. And we're working extremely hard through social media, through mailers, reaching out to residents, reminding them, texting them. And if there's any questions, obviously, we're always happy to answer. We always give our personalized cell phone numbers on our business cards, on our mailers. We can give our personalized emails or work emails. Any way we can help and assist our community, always. We're always there. We're just like a doctor. We're just like a police officer. Indirectly, we're on call for our community 24/7, 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, Commissioner.
Oh, thank you. Thank you, Council President.
My pleasure.
I just wanted to ask you, how long have you been a council president, and what are your duties to
Sure.
the people of
Absolutely. Great question. So I was elected by my colleagues this year. Actually, I became the council president, and I was the council president once before. But every year we need to get either reelected, and it normally happens from our governing body, which is our council colleagues that vote in the council president. So I did get in January of this year to president, obviously. And as my role is that if the mayor is out of town or out of state or out of country, obviously I'm second in command, and to make sure that I hold down the town and obviously and work with my council colleagues to update them on everything that's going on day in and day out. Basically, that's what the council president's role normally is, and basically making sure that we keep continuing to move the town and the community forward with my mayor and also my council colleagues as well.
Very well. Thank you so much, Council President.
Thank you.
How do you tend to reach out with the election going on, which you have been doing in the next 36 hours till the election, to the undecided voters in Prospect Park?
Sure, absolutely. And that's a very thing. And that's what we also, Commissioner, that's another great question. And that's what we also concerned about. And the reason you brought up a great question is because the research and the studies show in Prospect Park and throughout our county, according to the research and the studies and the database and the polls are showing that it could be a possible low turnout. For some reason, voters are not motivated to come out, or maybe they might be busy. But the stats and that even with the early voting that's going on, that's finishing today, as you know, and most of the viewers, at 6 p.m. I thank everyone that has put in the early voting, obviously, that can't make it on Tuesday. But today is obviously the last day to 6 p.m. Thank you. But even those numbers are low. Even the vote by mail ballots are very low. So what we're doing in the last 36 hours is basically, like I just said a couple minutes ago, we had a whole team of about 25 people with drivers and workers that were out from this morning to present. They went to each street to make sure our door hangers there, and alongside with the county team, which is our honorable sheriff, our honorable congressman, as well as the two county commissioners as well, and obviously our local level as well. So we made sure those hangers are out there. We made sure the mailer hit a couple of days ago in the entire community to remind about the election. And we had another mailer that came out about a week ago as well to remind them, and it shows on there the data and what we have done, what is our background, and what we have done to this present. But what we also are doing is we're reaching out to all our residents, reminding them, we're personally calling them, personally texting them. Even on the, we had some of our residents that volunteered at the Passaic County Democratic office on phone banking. They've been phone banking, as well. Even with the phone banking, people are answering and they're saying yes, but we need to make sure that everyone comes out to the polls that have not voted or have not turned in their ballots on Tuesday, November 8th, which is less than 36 hours from now. Polls are open from 6 a.m. to 8 p.m. We do have 2 polling sites in Prospect Park. School number 1 at 94 Brown Avenue. And then we also have our Prospect Park Municipal Building on the first floor, which is 106 Brown Avenue as well. So, which is for District 3 and 4. And for our school is the voters will go in for District 1 and 2. But our concern is that we want to make sure the message goes out to make sure that everyone remembers it is election day on Tuesday, November 8th. It's very, very important that each and every one comes out. And also to answer your question too, Commissioner, is that myself and my team is that we're not only around election time. We're around all the time. We're all, not only around election time, looking for the vote or the confidence. We're also around all the time, even before election, throughout the year, even in the council meetings, the workshop meetings, even even at the meet and greets, anything that a business needs or constituent needs or resident, we try to tackle it and we try to move forward. Even sometimes we might have bottlenecks that go through, which is fine, which is healthy. Which is healthy as well. The way I look at it is I know life is short and I know life is fragile, unfortunately. And what I always try to work with my team is to try to meet them in the middle. Even with my residents, I hear you out, you hear me out. We'll meet on the middle ground and continue to move forward, not backwards.
Very well, Council President. Thank you for your information to the constituents and also the residents of Prospect Park.
Sure.
The next question I wanted to ask you is, how are you maintaining your relationship, and how is your relationship with your neighboring towns, the elected officials, the administration? How are you guys working to move, the county forward?
Sure. So great question, Commissioner Udine. So basically, when it comes to our relationship and partnerships with our neighboring city, which is the third largest city in the state of New Jersey, which is Paterson, Mayor Sy is always a phone call away. His council team's always a phone call away. We actually share streets with Paterson. Prospect Park shares streets with Paterson,
Right.
which is Hopper Street, which is Halden Avenue, which is North 4th Street. We actually share streets together. So we try to continue to work together. We try to build relationships with our county partners, with Paterson as well, because it's a betterment of our community. It's always a saying, the betterment of Paterson is the betterment of Prospect Park. The well-being of Paterson is the well-being of Prospect Park. Even when it comes on a county level with our county commissioners to build the relationships, without them, I don't even know where we will be today. Because of them, we have a street light that came in. They approved a brand new street light, which was almost $250,000 on North 8th Street and Plantation Avenue. That helped us. And we also have county roads. We have North 8th Street, which is a county road. We have Halden Avenue, that's a county road. Right. We have East Main Street, that's a county road. So that's why we continue as the governing body to work with each and every one of them, each and every one of the county commissions, as well as the county administrator. They're also very helpful for our vocational school, Passaic County Tech, which they're also in charge of, or they help and assist our residents that go there, or our kids that are going there as well. So that's why it's very important to continue to work together. But if we're not able to get the word out and the message out, and the voters do not come out on Tuesday, that relationship could be a bottleneck. It could hurt us a little bit. So that's why it's very, very important. If you guys have seen, even where I was born in Passaic, Mayor Laura, is pushing the vote out with his team. Mayor Sy is pushing the vote out with his team, and we're doing the same thing basically. What we're doing in Prospect Park as well. If you just noticed just a couple hours ago how important this election is in Prospect Park, we had our U.S. Senator Cory Booker come to Halden. A couple hours ago, which he was here, which we also share streets with Halden, because our U.S. Senator Cory Booker understands how important this election is. He came to also obviously endorse the Halden candidates, and obviously he gives us his spirits with Prospect Park as well, because he understands, even on the Sunday, less than 36 hours, how important this election is, that our U.S. Senator Cory Booker also has came out.
Right. Very well, Council President. What do you think that you would tell people, like commuters or visitors that come into Prospect Park? How would you draw them into your town? I want you to talk about the various eateries you have. Also want to talk about the new field in Hofstra Park for recreation. I know recreation is very important. People, if they're coming by, they want to grab some kind of food. So right. Like different eateries and anything else that you would want to add that you guys have been doing throughout the years to improve Prospect Park.
Absolutely. Another great question, Commissioner. So thank you again for everyone that's tuning in. I know we've been on for a little while, so thank you, Commissioner. Couple answers to your question, Commissioner. One is I had a family a couple months ago move in from actually Bergen County, a family that's actually not only with us, supporting us as well, but how happy they are in Prospect Park. They're also living on Brown Avenue. So we even have residents moving in from different counties coming in. And the reason why is, I guess, they want to make sure the school district is good. Another thing that we also are very good at, I think, as a community, is the quality of life issues. Our response time when it comes to police department, fire department, we are answering within the police department, the fire department, our OEM department, they are answering within a minute, less than a minute, 2 minutes, from any time a call comes in, a 911 call comes in, an emergency calls in. That's what we ensure for safety for our residents as well. When it comes to parks and recreation, that's considered, in my opinion, the hidden jewel, which is called Hofstra Park That's on Plantain Avenue. If some of you have not visited, you need to visit it. We just had a brand new mural that was put up by David Thompson. He did a great job. That's out of Patterson as well. A brand new mural with over 65 flags representing each. Yes, I'm not sure if you visited or not. Even showing Bangladesh, United States, America. I mean, India, Dominican Republic. Every flag is there. You may want to take a picture before you even enter the park with your family. That's something that we have done differently. And I think we may be the first one in the county with that beautiful mural hand painted, which reminds us where we come from, what is our background. Now, when we go into the park, we have made a lot of improvements, and we want to make more improvements, obviously, if we get reelected on Tuesday, November 8th. Some of the things that we did an add on was a perfect example will be a soccer field in Hustler Park. A brand new soccer field costed almost approximately $1.5 million, only costed our taxpayers $300,000 because we got $1.2 million in grants. So again, when it comes to budget chairman, when it comes to watching the budget and the money, we rely heavily in Prospect Park on grants. I work with the entire governing body and also our administrator that's doing a great job making sure that every grant that's available that we apply out there with our CFO, our finance team. In the last couple of years, just to give you some stats on viewers and commissioner, we got almost $4.5 million. I'm giving you real information, real data. $4.5 million approximately in grants, which did not cost the taxpayers not $1. And with that money, we're able to do infrastructure, road pavements. We're able to improve our park, our 23-acre land of park that's there, which I just mentioned, the soccer field. We have a brand new pavilion. I'm not sure if some of you have rented it out or not. A brand new pavilion that fits even more people there. We also got a brand new concession stand. We also have landscapers that are maintaining the park, keeping it clean, on a weekly or bi-weekly basis, making sure the lawns thing. So we also have a spray park in there for the summer camp, and also to our residents as well, because we understand recreation is a big part, and we want to make sure our youth in our community enjoy every moment of it, and it's very close to home. So when it comes to recreation, we're very big on it. Now we're also working with our school when it comes to recreation. Believe it or not, on Friday we also had the first time ever in school number 1 at badminton game. So we also did that. So we're reaching out to every culture for whatever it is. We also have men's basketball in school number 1. We have youth basketball, we have soccer, you have volleyball, you got baseball, you name it. We're out there, we're looking. And now we also want to, when it comes to recreation, we want to combine also with other towns, maybe like Patterson, maybe like Haledon, North Haledon, Totowa, Clifton. We also want to be a traveling team. We just hired a new part-time recreation director that's also doing a phenomenal job as well. But again, I want to let the viewers know unfortunately everything doesn't happen overnight. It does take time, but we do hear each and every one of you. We're very open-minded. Any suggestions that come to our table, anything that comes to our council workshops, we listen and we try to come up with a creative plan to keep the community moving forward and keeping everyone smiling, happy, so we could continue moving as one.
Thank you, Council President. I have visited you guys' hidden gem to say Hostler Park is beautiful. Yes. I love what you guys are doing, the administration and everyone. The mayor's doing an excellent job.
A total team effort.
And like you said, it doesn't happen overnight. It needs years. You guys need to be reelected in order to continue your job, continue your vision. I also wanted to talk about how, as a businessman, an entrepreneur, how have you been giving back to the community? How you have been employing multiple people from Prospect Park as also surrounding towns?
That's a great question, Commissioner. Wow, that's the first time that was asked on here. So I'm glad you hit it because that's a great question. So basically, going back to my background, like the Commissioner said, I started working. My parents put me to work as the only child at 14 years old to understand the value of a dollar. Ever since then, and sky's the limit, thanks to my dad and my mom, obviously leading me to my legacy where I am today, even apart from the politics. And one thing I have learned and that my parents have taught me and my family is, hey, if you're doing well, you're doing okay, make sure you always give back in the community that you live in. And that's my mini slogan that I will always say: give back to the community if we can help. If it's something that my personal budget allows. When it comes back to, I was at 17 years old or 17 and a half years old, I graduated out of Clifton High School, and I was able to open my first Subway that my dad believed me with my partner from high school. we were able to take a chance and gamble. We opened our first Subway restaurant in West Orange, New Jersey, and we built it from scratch because I was able to get the experience at a young age. And my father always said that, hey, if you could definitely learn the game inside out, and what you're doing is, why don't you try to go on your own? And I told my dad, I only have a little bit of savings, and my dad and my partner's dad and their parents were able to help us co-sign for SBA loan. So since then, we did very well. Thank God, since with that first store, and we were able to grow, open up a second store. We went to Papa John's Pizza. We did Rutgers University, NJIT. So when it comes to business, I always believe in giving everyone a chance. I have employed residents from Prospect Park, Patterson, the entire Passaic County, with all our businesses that are going on. Even when some of the residents or some of the employees that don't get chances elsewhere, I somehow, one way or another, I work with my team, my management team, to ensure that we could try to find a space for them, even if it's part-time, if it's full-time, if it's, whatever I could do. That I always like to give opportunities, because that's the way that we could rise together. I like to bring people up, not down. So if someone's on part of the Shah team, we call it our Anand's team, anyone that is, I try to listen to everyone. And always the saying is that hard work and dedication will always pay off. Now, when it comes to the community commissioner, I was on extension for my tax returns for October, which I just filed. And it showed, even my CPA was telling me that I almost gave for my personal budget with donations and charity and community, almost $30,000 just for my personal funds that I gave back to the community or throughout the state of New Jersey, one way or another. If it has to do something with a birthday cake, if it's fundraisers or donations, a resident that maybe might need help, that I can help them out. Maybe they're stuck on a light bill or a rent bill, and they might need a portion of it just to get them back up and running on their feet. So this is all about giving back. There's no personal agenda. There's actually no personal gain for me. I have no political job, no political position. This is all about the community and all about the people, for letting me be their, they believe in us, to let them be their advocate, to continue to keep moving forward. And that's what we are today. And that's how important it is. And just to throw another stat out there, Commissioner, and to all the viewers, since 2016 to present, almost 6.5 years, give and take 6.5 years, I have not missed one council meeting, even with or without COVID. I have not missed one council workshop meeting. I have not missed even a special or emergency meeting. Even I'm on the land use board as well. I have not missed a meeting, because I take my job very serious. As busy as I am in business and opening up new stores, I understand what the people have elected us for, to make sure that we're a strong advocate for them. And this is that's why the stats are showing that we are working and we are moving forward as much as we can to the best of our ability. And like I said, sometimes it takes time.
Okay, thank you, Council President. What do you think about the growing population, and how are they impacting, especially the minorities, like the Bangladesh community in Prospect Park?
Yes.
How do you think they're helping Prospect Park grow as a diverse community going
That's
forward?
a great question. When it comes to the Muslim community and the Bengali community, obviously, I believe we have approximately over 50 families. Now, I could say with faith that we have over 50 families when it comes to Bengali community in Prospect Park. And every week or every other week, Commissioner, we always see either a new rental or a new house getting bought by a Bengali community. If they're coming from Patterson, if they're coming from Passaic, if they're coming from Clifton, if they're coming from Hawthorne, they are coming in very strong. Actually, I'll just name one that's coming in the next couple of weeks that they're almost closing on Struck Avenue of Prospect Park, which you may know and some of the viewers may know. The captain from one of the cricket teams, the Bengali cricket teams, which was Commissioner Niaz Nadeem. He believes in Prospect Park, which he just bought a 2-family house that he's closing on. So they're coming in not only strong.
Congratulations to him.
Yes, thank you. And not only to him, and not to only the captain, not only to the Bengali community, but they understand that the quality of life issues, and also they understand when it comes to politics, we may not agree or disagree, but one thing that the Bengali community is very strong on, and even the Muslim community, is no matter if it's raining or snowing or anything, the stats and the data show that they do, from the past history, come out and vote. Even if it's vote by mail ballot, it doesn't matter if it's Ramadan going on, if they're fasting, one way or another, they make their voices heard, not only themselves, with their families, their neighbors. They internally actually make phone calls to make sure that our democracy is on the ballot, how important it is, our youth is on the ballot, our future generation. So I deeply appreciate the Bengali community. I think, in my opinion, the entire community is extremely important. But if it wasn't in 2016 or the Bengali community supporting me, because I won by a very small margin against the incumbent, I probably wouldn't be where I am today. the Bengali community commissioner has taken me with open arms in 2016 to present, and they still believe in me as well as our council team and our governing body. And that's something I will never forget. And that's why I always return the favor back to the Bengali community, to the entire community. Now, not only in Prospect Park, Commissioner, in my Subway restaurants, we have diversity, but a Bengali community. In my businesses, we have Bengali representation. And now I have a partner that's also Bengali. So now, even in my businesses, even when it comes to employment, not only in the community, Bengali people community, not only they're voting, they are hardworking people, they're dedicated, and they love and they have a passion in what they do. So obviously, I'm greatly grateful for it, and I think our entire team is greatly are also very happy. And also they mingle with everybody as well. It's not only about race or religion, it's about democracy, it's about the Latino community, the African American community, it's about every community. It's not only because of the color or the race, it's about every single community, which I deeply and greatly appreciate.
Thank you, Council President. How do you feel, and what are your going forward that you think you can do better that have you been doing since you have been in office? What can you improve on? What do you want to see in Prospect Park? What do you want to see as building a continued relationship with the neighboring towns? What are the issues that you want to tackle going forward?
Sure. Absolutely. That's another great question. You got great questions today, Commissioner. I love it. And you're putting me right to the test, and I love it. So the viewers that have tuned in again, anyone that has tuned in late, if anyone has any questions like the Commissioner is asking, please put it on the screen, put it on the comment screen. If it's any way I can answer it now, I will. And if not, I promise I will get back to you on it. But to answer the Commissioner's question, why am I looking for re-election with my council team as well as the mayor? Viewers and everyone that has tuned in, we have approximately 100 acres of land, which is in the quarry, that we have already approved for development that will bring in approximately, we have approved 1,200 new units, which will bring in approximately 7,000, not 700, 7,000 new residents coming into town. And then within the next 20-year project, let's say, it will also bring in 150,000 square feet of downtown area, which we could put another municipal, we could relocate and maybe put another municipal building there. We could have our own town library. We could have a bigger police department, a bigger fire department, a bigger DPW department. Walmart could come in, Walgreens could come in. We will have four different entrances to come in that hidden jewel. But again, you need the right leadership in there. And I understand with my team what kind of leadership is needed for the quarry to get developed. That will bring in new revenue that the Borough of Prospect Park, since has been incorporated since 1901, has not seen. The tax ratables that has not been seen. It will help us with our taxes. It will help us in every way possible if this project goes. But we need a working governing body that could work with the developer or whoever is going to be in charge of that quarry to get this project up and running. And that's why I am and my team is looking for re-seeking election, because I believe there's a future in the community in Prospect Park. I see there's a potential in Prospect Park, and I want to be part of that potential and part of that advocacy, obviously, that we could get this up and running. And a lot of people forget that, that sometimes maybe there might not be rentals or not too many house sales or whatever it is. And that's why we want to develop. But again, it does take time. We're working with the developer. Also in Prospect Park, now recently we have approved, we're inviting realtors, developers, investors, residents, anyone that wants to move in town, that wants to build. Instead of going up to 2 floors of story, now we have approved most of the part of the town. You could go up to 3 stories, obviously by pulling the permits, going through a land use board, and going through a proper protocol. Even some parts of town, you could go up to now 5 stories, just like how Halding's doing, like on Halding Avenue. So any investor that wants to come in, build units, or somebody that maybe wants to do a gym, anything that they want to do, now they have more options than ever, than before. They have a lot more options. And that's why I said, Commissioner, in the last couple of months, ever since we hired a business director, he's been rolling off his feet. And that's also, I'm a chair on that committee as well. And now, from my experience, I try to implement from my business experience. And that's why we were able to open almost 5 businesses in the last couple of months. When it comes to a dog grooming place, a pet grooming place, eateries, Dominican restaurant, if it comes to sushi, Chinese food, anything, we try to keep it diverse, to keep it in town, And obviously, we understand the business. We understand also the parking issues that are happening in town. We want to develop parking lots, parking areas that we're also working on as we speak. But none of this can happen if we don't get reelected on Tuesday, November 8th. And that's why I encourage everyone that if the future's bright, but we need the right leadership. And as you guys have seen the stats and the data, that we are moving slowly but surely, but we are moving forward. And we have done a lot thus far. And that's why I'm asking each and every one of you for your continued support, not only for the entire Row A, but also for the local level, starting with our honorable mayor at 5A, Mohammed Kurullah, 6A, which is Council President Anand Shah, which is myself, and 7A, which is Councilman Mohammed Hussein, and also for the Board of Education candidates that we have 2 this year on Row F, because we want a good working team that will work also with the school. With that, we have a working partnership and a relationship. Also, we have now 7th and 8th graders for the first time that's going to have their own school on Halden Avenue, where St. Paul's are. That's going to happen within the next 30 days. So that means that we're pulling out 7th and 8th graders from that one school that we have on School 1, that they're going to be on St. Paul's on 7th and 8th grade. And they're doing the renovations as we speak, because we understand 7th and 8th graders, high school kids need their own school. So again, none of this can be possible if we don't have a working, open-minded team.
Thank you, Council President. Thank you for the great answers. I know multiple times you have emphasized about leadership, yes, and how leadership exemplifies the work ethic. So I just wanted to talk about your leadership up top. The mayor, the honorable mayor, Mohammed Khairullah, since he has been in office, what changes have you seen of Prospect Park from where it was to the current?
Absolutely. And I think ever since, it's been sky's the limit. I mean, I could talk on behalf on the Mayor Kurullah ever since I came on. Obviously, I did move in town in 2007, but ever since I ran for office in 2016, I think our honorable mayor is obviously very hardworking, dedicated. I sometimes have to call him 2 a.m, 2 p.m. He answers my calls. He answers us right back. If it's a chat, a text message, he's very accessible. He's working extremely hard. He's also open-minded when it comes to community issues, community resolutions, community solutions. What could be betterment for not only for the mayor's family, not only for the council president's family, what could be the betterment for the entire community as a whole? And that's what the leadership that we have shown. So we need that strong leadership there, obviously, that could understand the diversity that's happening in the community, like I just spoke about, when it comes to the quarry, when it comes to businesses, new radiables, when it ensuring the quality of life, the police response time with the leadership of Mayor Kurullah, the fire department response time when there's got a fire or any kind of fire alarm call, or carbon monoxide. With that leadership, it starts always from the top, like you said, Commissioner. Without that leadership, we wouldn't be where we are today. And obviously, hats off to Honorable Mayor Mohammed Kurullah, re-seeking election as well. He started in office in, I believe, 2001, and he's been a mayor since 2005 to present. And it speaks for itself. Like I said, 100 acres of land approximately that needs to be built that could bring in another 7,000 residents. That has not been done before. Opening more businesses, going up 3 stories, going up 5 stories throughout the town, bringing it, and to ensure safety to our residents, ensure quality of life to our residents, a quality of education to our youth, which will be our next future, our next legacy. That's what we're doing this for. It's not even about us anymore, in my opinion. It's not about me. It's about to make sure my son, his friends, his family, the entire Prospect Park community, the youth, have a better life, a better future, better legacy, going to school, graduating from high school, if it's Manchester High School, if it's graduating from State Community PCTI, whatever their dreams are, to make sure that they could achieve their dreams with us behind them, to make sure they could achieve their dreams.
Thank you, Council President. I thank you for your leadership.
Absolutely.
Also, thank you for the passion you have for the community.
I love it. Yes.
Thank you. Right now, I want to ask any of the viewers if they have any questions, any of the constituents, any of the people that may not have known you, which sure. I don't think that's possible, that if they have any questions they want to ask.
Yes. And please do, viewers. Anyone has any questions? That's a great question the commissioner put up, that he's asking. Any questions, even if you're a Republican, if you're a Democrat, if you're independent, doesn't matter. If you're my constituent, you're my resident, I'll be more than happy to answer any way possible, as you guys may know. And if you guys don't have a question now, feel free to put it later on this tab, even when we close out, and I'll be more than happy to also obviously answer as I can. Thank you, Hasina Bobby. I see best wishes. Thank you. I appreciate you and your family. Thanks for your leadership. Thank you, Talatia. I appreciate you, obviously. Thank you to you and your family as well. And we'll continue to keep working hard. Jaden, thank you as well. Don't forget to vote this election day, November 8th. We all have to share our voices to help make a fairer and equal country for all. And he's only 14 years old, which is my son, a commissioner. I didn't even know he's on
Right.
because I know he's at work now, but he understands of it. And when it comes to the stand, what is your stand about the substance use or the drug use? Commissioner, I believe. Go ahead.
Yeah. It's what's your stance on substance or drug abuse?
Sure.
within the
So
community?
anything that's any when it comes to substance abuse or drug abuse, anything that has to do with illegal drugs or anything like that, and if there's a problem with somebody, and I have helped this in the past. Obviously, I'm not a medical doctor. First thing is that I will always refer them not only to their families, but to try to advocate for them, to try to get them into a facility for help. Listen, I understand mistakes happen. We learn from our mistakes. I know many people that have been in drug abuse or substance abuse that are doing much better now when they get to right leadership, when people are advocating for them, that there's a future, there's help around the corner. We have hospitals, we have mental abuse centers, we have every facility that we could think of in New Jersey, even that as long as they're volunteering their help, it's there. The doctors are there, the medical team is there, we have medical experts that are there. Even if it comes to some people even go out of state when it comes to even going to rehab to clean themselves up, to see a better life. And I have seen a lot of success stories coming from that. So I'm a big believer in there. When I hear about it, I always refer it over to my police department or our ambulance team as well. Or always I refer that right over to the hospital team or even to the crisis department. I have called 2 in the morning, 3 in the morning at the crisis center throughout the hospital because they are 24 hours a day, 7 days a week that I have conference in, and the crisis center has taken over the call. And I will make sure that the resident or whoever, it could be anybody, not even a resident, anyone that reaches out to me even, that there is help around the corner, which is in the medical field, which I'm not a medical doctor, but I always refer that over right to our crisis center in any hospital, or if it's a medical doctor that I can always help and assist with. And we always have 24/7 hotline 800 numbers that they can also call and ask for help as well. So I hope that answers your question.
Thank you, Council President. How important is to bring back our congressman,
Sure.
our Passaic County Sheriff, and our county commissioners, and how important is it for Passaic County as well as Prospect Park?
Absolutely. And that's another great question, Commissioner. Our congressman's been there for many, many years. Even at his age, he's working extremely day in and day out. He was just in Prospect Park multiple times. Obviously, we had a meet and greet at the Honorable Mayor's house with the residents, as well as our congressman, with the sheriff, with our county commissioners. And he's day in and day out, going back and forth on the train. He's in Washington, D.C., fighting for us, listening to us, understanding us, Congressman Pascal. That's why I love to be on his ticket. I mean, when his name is on top of leading the ticket, it means a lot to us. And obviously, he's always a phone call away. And even his chief of staff, his office always answers us, and any resident that could call. And he's a fighter for us. And even when he doesn't have the support sometimes, the Senate support, whatever, but he still lays it out. Even if you watch CNN, CNBC, you watch him on Google, you watch him on YouTube, he does very, very well, Congressman. I'm glad to be part of his team. And look at his grassroots. He's still living in the city of Patterson. He could be anywhere else, yes, but he's still living in the city of Patterson, where he has been a former mayor, and where he has come from, because he understands his grassroots. When it comes to our honorable sheriff, he comes out of Clifton, where my dad's office is in Clifton. I grew up in Clifton. I went to elementary school. I went to middle school. I went to high school in Clifton. And Honorable Sheriff Burnick has came out of Clifton. And I'll give you another perfect example to the viewers. Just last night, about 9 p.m., we had a quality of life issue. That we had loud music going on North 6th Street. We had cars going up and down. Right away, our team is right away on the phone with the sheriff, with the undersheriff, our council colleagues, and within minutes they send units right away because of the leadership of Sheriff Burnick. They shut it down, they summoned it to make sure that we ensure the quality of life in Prospect Park. And that's hats off to the sheriff. And when it comes to our county partners, county commissioners, how important they are. Let me tell you something. But again, what I said in the beginning of this presentation interview is there are county partners. We share streets together. They have county streets that they also are in charge of, like North 8th Street, Heldon Avenue, East Main Street that they're in charge of when it comes to snow plowing, putting salt down, when it comes down to landscaping, when it comes down to sweeping the streets, street sweepers, when it comes down to helping us out with traffic lights, or when it comes down to helping us with the park recreation. They are very, very obviously understandable, open-minded, and also the stats and the data have shown when it comes to the budget chair that's also on the ballot with myself and my team, Commissioner Laporte, which is the budget chair, there hasn't been no tax increase in the last 4 years on the county level. No tax increase in the last 4 years. And that's thanks to not only Commissioner Laporte, him and the rest of the commissioners, and including our county administrator as well, because it's a total team effort. What does team stand for? Together, everyone achieves more. Again, total team effort. Teamwork is dream work. And that's what I believe in. Again, and that's why it's very, very important. That's why I'm asking for each and every one of your support. And listen, everyone that has texted me, everyone that has said that we have your support, I greatly appreciate it from our bottom of heart. You make us more motivated. You make us want to work even harder. But please, don't only text me. You need to show up on the polls on Tuesday, November 8th, anytime from 6 a.m. to 8 p.m. It can't be any excuses because everything is on the ballot. Quality of life is on the ballot. Quality of education is on the ballot. Our next generation, our next youth is on the ballot. Democracy is on the ballot. Everything is on this ballot for this midterm election. And if we have a low turnout, which is going to be very extremely bad on us, and then we're going to complain later on, and it may be too late. We can't complain if we don't vote. We need to vote on Tuesday, November 8th. Row A, all the way. And that's a team that's going to continue to work for each and every one of you.
Thank you, Council President. Thank you for your passion. Thank you for your commitment. I just want you to go again, remind the voters that are tuning in now that what's your ballot position,
Sure.
Your entire slate, and also your Board of Education, and also the on the county level as well.
Sure, absolutely. And that's a great question. So we're on row A all the way, starting with our Congressman Bill Pasquale, Honorable Sheriff Richard Burnick, our two county commissioners that's up for re-election this Tuesday, November 8th, which is Pat Laporte and Terry Duffy. And don't forget, on the local level, like the commissioner just said, for Prospect Park, our Honorable Mayor Mohammed Krula is 5A. Our Honorable, which is me, Council President Anand Shah, is at 6A. Our Honorable Councilman re-seeking election, that's part of our team as well, Mohammed Sulman Hussein, that's on 7A. And before you hit the cast vote button, please don't forget to scroll down and make sure you hit on row F. Our two candidates are also re-seeking an election, which is Commissioner Rodriguez and as well as Commissioner Lopez, because they're doing a phenomenal job as well when it comes to quality education. And like I said, look, they're putting 7th and 8th graders in a different school. We have a new Madam Superintendent, first time that has made history in Prospect Park, African-American, Taisha Reels, that has been running off the ground with her and her team as well. So we're definitely making movement. We're definitely making headway. But again, you have to believe in us and please continue to give us opportunity. And if we do something wrong, we're human beings. We all make mistakes. No one's perfect. I believe only person that doesn't make mistakes, whatever, might be the person upstairs that we all praise to. But remember, we're human beings. We are doing make this. Bring it to our attention. Bring it to our council meetings, workshops. Bring it to our text message. Call us directly on our cell.Email us. We are your advocate. We are here for each and every one of you. Look, I have not missed one council meeting. I have not missed one council workshop meeting. I have not missed one planning zone use meeting, because I understand how important it is. Even if I'm not feeling well, I'm there. Even if it's a Zoom meeting, I'm there, because I know the position that you have put us in. It's very, very important. There's no personal agenda. This is the people's agenda, which is each and every one of you that have tuned in, the county, the residents, everyone. It's all about each and every one of you. It's not about us. It's about each and every one of you that we continue to move forward, and we have a relationship and partnership with each and every one of you to continue to move Prospect Park forward to the highest, the highest and to the limits, and to get that quarry open, to get the third floor, the realtors and the investors in, the fourth floor working, the fifth floor working, to bring in new tax rateables and new variables. That's what we stand for. That's what democracy is about, and that's what America stands for.
Thank you, Council President. We are live here on Channel 52.
Yes.
My name is Moslehuddin. I'm a commissioner of the city of Patterson.
Yes.
Here with the Council President and Councilman Anand Shah of Prospect Park. I want to thank you for your leadership. Thank you for your time. I want to thank you to the viewers for tuning in on a Sunday when they could be watching football.
That's right.
Or spending time with their family. I want to thank you, everyone, and I want to especially thank you for giving me your time. Thank you for all your great answers, and
Sure.
thank you for your passion to
Thank you.
lead and
Yes.
be a constituent for many of the people of Prospect Park. And thank you for the opportunity you have given to people in the neighboring towns and also as well as City of Patterson. Thank you to the viewers, and I want to wish everyone a good weekend and good evening and a good night. Thank you, Council President.
Thank you very much, Commissioner, to you and your family as well for your continued support. And happy birthday again. And please give
Thank
your
you.
family
Thank you.
our regards as well. And you come from a great family as well, Commissioner. And
Thank you so much.
you guys are also in the business field as well. So you understand when it comes to business. So I
Right.
appreciate you and your family as well. I appreciate all our neighboring towns, neighboring cities. It's been a pleasure to be here with each and every one of you on Channel 52 with our Commissioner and everyone that has taken the time out to understand how important this election is. Again, we're not only here on election time, we're here all the time. And I know we need each and every one of you to help us finish strong and come to the finish line on Tuesday, November 8th, starting with row A all the way, 5A, 6A, 7A, row F in Prospect Park. We can't do it without each and every one of you. Any last minute questions you guys have before Tuesday, you can reach out to myself, the Honorable Mayor, anybody from the governing body. I promise you we will answer our calls and get back to you. Commissioner, it's been an honor and privilege, and thank you for believing in us as well. Without you, I don't know where we'll be today, and your family as well. Thank you so much. May God bless each and every one of you. May God bless Passaic County. May God bless Prospect Park. May God bless the United States of America. Thank you.
Thank you very much.